And so we're going to start. Let me share the screen, my slides with you guys as well. Can you guys see that? Like nice and big on your end. Team Empower Fitness Facebook training. You just give me like a thumbs up or, well, I can't see any of y'all. Let's see. There you are. Can you see the slides on your end? Just do like a thumbs up if you can see it. Awesome, good. I just want to make sure that y'all can see that I'm not like showing y'all things. Awesome. Okay, well, we are going to get started. My purpose in doing this training was, you know, obviously for my team to begin with, to teach them, but then also just we are all part of the same team, and I thought, you know, if I can help you guys, that's awesome as well. But it's really to shorten your learning curve with this, and that's my purpose in doing it. So we know that successful people take notes. So I highly recommend you guys getting paper and pen out so that you can take some notes. Okay. I'm gonna stop my video, and so you guys will still hear my voice though as well. I'm just gonna stop the video aspect. Okay. So what we are going to go over, let's go ahead and go on to the next slide, is how to post, what to post, when to post, why we post, and tips. I've got lots of tips. And before we dive in, I kind of want to paint a picture because honestly, guys, I'm going to go over a lot of stuff, and you might be thinking, oh my gosh, like that's a lot of stuff. Seriously, we need to know all of this, or we need to like be, you know, better at these things. And it's so true. We really do. We all need to. I'm not perfect at this, but I do think I do a good job at this. But I want you guys to think about, like, when we go to the mall and, you know, you're walking down and you're seeing all the stores. First of all, I think the majority of the windows are clear, right? Why do you think they're clear and not black, you know? Because when we're walking by, we want to be able to see in the window, and that's just like with our Facebook profile. Our Facebook profiles need to be public so people can see, okay? So we can see in the window, and as we're walking by, we take a peek in. This is how I shop, at least. And I mean, I know the stores now, but before I would take a peek in, and if I could see through the window that it was clean and organized and a cute display, things that I liked, clothes that I liked, shoes that I liked, I would walk into the store. And we need to think of our Facebook accounts like this, right? Our walls. And when I walk in, if I like what I see, I stay. And I possibly buy something. So I want you guys to keep that in mind and relate your Facebook wall to the same thing, because we all do own our own business, and this really is kind of like our store. People are going to see what we post, and from, you know, like the first couple of posts that they see, from our profile pic, from the cover photo and stuff like that, people are either going to stay and check us out and wander around our page, or they're going to automatically leave because they don't like what they see. So this is why it's so important that the way we post and our profile photos and our cover image and all that, it's welcoming. We want to welcome people into our wall, right? So this is super, super important. Let's go on. All right, how to post to Facebook. If you guys have not heard of the TED Talk, it's Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I think that's how you say his last name. And I highly recommend you guys going to YouTube. I think it's about a 20-minute video, and watching that video. It will help so, so, so much with our posting. And he talks about how people don't buy what we do, they buy why we do it. And we need to communicate with our post with feelings. We need to connect with feelings. That's how we really pull people in. Facts really don't sell, okay? So really look up that video, YouTube Start With Why, Simon Sinek. Stay positive. I'm sure we all know this. The world is full of negative people, people who like to whine, who like to complain, who like to sit around and gossip, you know, and almost compare whose life is worse. And as coaches, we get to be a beacon of light. We get to be uplifting and positive. And you would be surprised how many people don't have that in their lives. So we need to be positive, no whining, no complaining. No ugly images, and we'll go more into that. These are just going to be things that I'm going to list off, and then some things on the other slides will go more detail on. No ugly images. So guys, play around with good angles, use, you know, filters. I mean, just no blurry pics. You'd be surprised how, if you have an iPhone, they take really good photos. I actually have been doing photography for almost 8 years. And when I got my iPhone a few years ago, I hardly ever pick up my camera. And when I do, I really enjoy it, but I hardly ever pick it up because I can get amazing photos with my phone. So no ugly images, go live. I'm sure you guys have been hearing about this. I know it can be scary at first. For me, it was terrifying to go live. But people want to be able to see our mannerisms. They want to hear our voice. It makes us real. We are no longer just somebody behind a computer screen posting. It makes us real. So we really want to go live. And, you know, honestly, what it's going to take to go live is just getting over ourselves. Because if you think about it, what are we normally thinking when we go live? Oh, what am I going to say? It's all about me, right? We're kind of stuck on ourselves, and that's why we don't go live. We're fearful, and we're just really stuck on ourselves. So we just have to get over it, and the only way to get better is to keep doing it, to keep practicing, and we will get better. I recommend when you go live that your energy is high. You are like excited, the adrenaline is rushing, because when our energy is low, people can feel it. People can absolutely feel when our energy is low. So a couple of tips on how to get your energy up so that you can go live is blare the music really loud, dance around. Even just for 2 minutes, shake it out, get your energy going. Something that I do is I will listen to personal development, or I will read personal development until I feel like my energy is high. And then I will go live. And when we go live, we can also announce like a few hours in advance, hey, I'm going live. I've got some really big news that I want to share with you. Please join me. And then you just put the time you're going to go live, and people will hop on because they're like, oh my gosh, what's her big news? Like, I got to know her big news, okay? And when people go live, something that you want to do is you really want to interact with them. People love this. They will eat it up. So as you see people hopping on and their name, you know, just say, hey, who's on? I want to know who's on so I can say hi to you. And they'll say, hey, it's whatever. And then you just use their names. We've got to use their names. So say, hi, Samantha. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining me. And give people maybe a minute or two to kind of hop on and just kind of converse with people that are already on. And then when you see that your viewers are starting to go up, say, okay, so we are going to dive in. I want to share this with you. So that's how we can go live. We really want to tell stories. I hear all the time that really facts, you know, they don't sell. Stories do. And I believe that people in this business, and things I've been told in this training as well, when I've done trainings for Facebook and stuff, is it's going to be the storytellers that really go far in this business. When you can learn how to tell a story, your business will take off. Stories connect us to each other. They really, you know, dive into feelings and stuff. Let's see. Speak from the heart, okay? Really speak from the heart, and that takes opening up. That takes getting over ourselves. That takes not caring what other people are going to think or say about us and putting stuff out there, because we will connect with others. Be consistent. We have to be consistent in our posting. When I first became a coach, I had to literally go from posting just a couple times a week to posting a couple times a day. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, that was hard at first. And so I just took baby steps. Okay, if I go from posting a couple times a week, I will now go from posting at least once a day. Okay, I've got that down. Now I'm gonna try and post 2 times a day. Got that down, now let's make it 3. And honestly, it's so easy now for me. Sometimes I post 5 times a day because I got so much to talk about or so many things to say. And so be consistent. We have to be consistent. I have never missed a day of posting on my social media accounts once since I have been a coach. And I will tell you guys, it was really hard for me in the beginning. I had days where I just had so much self-doubt and my energy was low and I didn't feel like posting, but I did anyways, even if it was just a simple quote with a 2-liner, you know, on there that I added of my thoughts. I still posted. So we've got to be consistent. Think of who you're talking to. Think of your audience. Who are you trying to reach? Are they stay-at-home moms? Are they working? Are they people that want to lose weight? We don't want to just throw a ton of darts and hope that one lands. We want to be intentional with who we are talking to, what our audience is. And we have to be confident. People don't want to join people who aren't confident. It's just a fact, guys. I mean, I had people for a year before I signed up to be a coach trying to get me to join them. And honestly, at first, like, I don't even know what Beachbody is. Y'all are just bugging me. And when I finally looked into it and stuff, I actually decided to go with Brigitte because she had confidence and I connected a little bit to her story. The other coaches, there was 2 that tried to recruit me. And when I went and checked them out to see what they were all about and how they were posting, they weren't consistent. And I couldn't even tell that they were Beachbody coaches, guys. So post with confidence. People want to follow other people that are confident, that feel secure that that person is going to lead me because they are confident. They know what they are doing. Let's see. It also will build credibility. Let's go back a little bit. Consistency will build some credibility as well. People, and that's kind of like with me, how I didn't join those other ladies. I didn't feel that they were credible. And I won't lie, I did see some lack of confidence in them. And I knew that if I was going to have someone lead me, that they needed to have a strong personality because I already came into this as a coach with, you know, I'm a pretty confident person and strong personality. I've grown so much, but I knew I needed someone with a more confidence and a stronger personality to lead me, okay? Let's see, so call of action. We can also, as we are posting, put a call of action in there at the very end. If you want to hear more, comment below or private message me. We can do that. Okay, let's move on. Don't and do. We've all done this, guys. I did it. I actually went back to my Facebook to try and find the image that I posted when I first became a coach and I couldn't find it. But we do not want to post the 21-day fix, you know, whatever that is, or programs. We don't want to do that. It almost is like, and that's great, whatever. You know, it's kind of like saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Join me for support. Comment below if you want to hear more. That is so not inspiring. It's like, okay, whatever, keep scrolling, right? But when we can post our own transformations, we can tell a story with images as well. But with your transformation, we want to tell a story when we do a post, okay? We want to say something like, I remember a time in my life hating my body, or, you know, not wanting to be in photos, always dodging the camera. And for years, I truly struggled to love myself. Then a friend introduced me to this amazing program called 21-Day Fix, and I got amazing results. Look at my before and after. And now I want to help others do the same. And you just keep going on. And then you say, my support group starts da-da-da-da-da-da. If you want to learn more, please comment below, like, or send me a private message. There's just a different way in posting. And the second way is going to get more interaction, and it's going to connect more with other people as well. All right. What's your story? This is huge. Absolutely huge in this business, guys. We have to, for a few things. First, when we're telling a story, we want to work through the struggle or the trial, because sometimes those make the best stories, guys. we want to work through it before we post about it. We do not want to just post and tell people how terrible today is and whine and complain and just leave it at that, because that's not adding value. And as coaches, we need to add value. So we really want to make sure that whatever struggle or trial that we have gone through, that we're kind of through it, and we can look back and say what we learned, how we grew from it, how a moral to it, and share it then. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not being fake. It's just adding value with a struggle and a trial that you've gone through on Facebook, or sorry, just on live, but you post it through Facebook. People connect to stories, not facts. Okay, I know we already mentioned that. Our stories are what connect us to other people. We have to know that. You throw up a ton of facts and people are not going to stop and ask you about what you got going on. I already talked about offering a moral to your story. It has to come from the heart. You know, when you're telling a story or you're listening to a song, or you're watching like a love romance or an inspirational video or movie or something, doesn't it just tug on your heart? It really just will tug on you. And it just touches you. So be real and just speak from the heart. Just put it out there. And again, that means getting over ourselves, okay? We want our stories to have structure. There really does need to be a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then we just tie it all together. I am actually a cancer survivor, and I realized that a lot of people are really interested in that story. And I've realized that a lot of people retell that story. I just got a text from a girl yesterday who was like, I was telling everyone about your story, and it's this, you know. So it is a story, obviously, that has ended, but it can also be an ongoing story. I share it. I talk about it in different ways. I share certain pieces of it. I can look back and say, oh, what I learned from it. So tie it together. Our stories can continue on. As a Beachbody coach, that's one story that's going to constantly continue on. But stories can also have an ending. Recycle your story. I recycle my story. I know when I first became a coach, I remember telling my coach, I said, I just feel really guilty, like trying to get people's attention with my cancer story. Like I feel bad using that. And she's like, no, you know, don't feel bad. That's what's going to connect you to people. And so that's what I do. I don't use it a lot, but I do. And when I post about it, guys, I get a lot of interaction. I get shares off of it. I also post photos of when I was sick, because photos are really powerful as well with it. Let's see. And when your story is really good, people will share it. And people want, if you know a story is good or that people connect with you, is because when they can see a part of themselves in your story, that's when they've connected with you. That's when they retell your story. That is when they share your story, okay? And I like this little quote I have on there. Data satisfy the analytical part of our brains, but stories touch our hearts. We've got to learn to be storytellers. Photos. Photography is the only language that can be used anywhere in the world. Oh, sorry. Language that can be understood anywhere in the world. So honestly, when I was pulling all of these images together from the internet, like I just started having all kinds of emotions and feelings, and all these words started coming to me. Why is that little girl crying? Look at that man. I mean, the life he must have lived, and the wisdom and the things he's been through. And this photo off to right here, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor. This is actually a friend of mine that's a photographer, took this photo of her, and she told a story with it. So don't discredit photos. I actually really like black and white. I use a lot of black and white photos with my posts. Look at these little kids. Does this not, you know, say a lot? I mean, does that not just move you? But, you know, and so we've got all these emotions. So don't discredit photos. I like that, you know, words can be interesting, but pictures are unforgettable. Okay, words can create like a visual image in our mind. As we're telling a story, we start to visualize, you know, an image and stuff. but an image can speak 1,000 words, okay? So we've got to use images with our posts, preferably of our own, not of other people. All right. Move on. Do not post ugly images. Use photo editing apps to edit your images. When you are scrolling Facebook, what catches your eyes? That's probably going to catch your audience eyes, okay? I personally do not like to look at blurry photos. Or honestly, to even see a photo that hasn't been rammed through Instagram or something and put, you know, a little filter on it. Invest in a tripod. I actually have 3 for my iPhone. I have one in my car, which is the one that says choose happiness. I was using my little tripod thing in my car. And as you can tell, like my post that I made with that, I was strictly talking about really personal development and how happiness is a choice. But look how subtle I am in the photo with my cup that says Shakeology, okay? So we can do things like that as well. And I didn't even mention anything about Beachbody. Let's see. So, and I've got a tripod on my TV for when I'm working out and I do videos of myself. And I've got a tripod that I can actually take with me everywhere I go. So remember, guys, this is our business. You need to invest in these things, and they're not really expensive at all. And don't waste a ton of time editing your images. I would say 5 minutes max. The 2 images to the far left and right, I created those, but I took those images off of Google Images and I edited them through Instagram, and then I went and put my own little quotes and sayings on it, and those 2 were actually personal development posts that I made. I'm obsessed with personal development, and so I talk a lot about it. Okay, so get creative with our posts, okay? Use negative wording. What do you mean use negative wording? Yes, I'm not talking about being negative. I am talking about opening your post with negative wording. Like, my life has no worth. I did a video, I went live, and when you go live, you have to be really careful with this because you have to pull people in with your, you know, 1-liner or 2-liner when you go live. So I went live and I called it "My life has no worth or value" or something like that. And people started hopping on because they're probably thinking, what? This is Tracy. What is she talking about? And I just talked about how I used to feel that way and how everybody's life has value and worth and stuff like that. So we can use negative wording, but we have to quickly turn it into something positive. I don't know what it is about the world we live in, guys, but people like negative stuff. So if we can put negative wording out there, they're going to be drawn to it, but then we quickly shift this conversation or this live video and we make it positive really fast, okay? We don't keep it a negative thing. Use emotional power words. These are going to connect to people's feelings. So what are emotional power words? Well, here's a couple that I have. Things like toxic, amazing, audacity, panic, fierce, unstoppable, struggle, agony, blinded, excited, suffering, victory, terror, crazy, hope, embarrassed, jackpot, courage, fearless, painful, blissful, survival, strength. These are all emotional power words. If you guys don't know maybe what words you should start using, just Google it. Google emotional power words. Grab some that sound like you. We don't want to sound like anybody else, but grab some that you're like, you know what, that sounds like me, or I like that word. I want to start using that word, and just start using them in your posts. We can talk in numbers. People like numbers. Okay, 5 tips to stronger abs. 5 tips to whatever it is, you can open it up with that. 4 tips to this. So talk in numbers. Short and sweet one-liners are really good. Tell a joke. Put a joke out there. Put something funny. We need to show all sides of our personality, not just the serious personal development, Beachbody coach. Just show all sides of our personality. You can do a fill in the blank post. You can do a did you know post and put what it is. Did you know blah, 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 blah. Ask your audience a question. Ask them for advice. You can Do something like, I'm gonna go get my hair cut in a week and I have no idea what to do. Go find a couple of haircuts that you truly want, but you're just not sure what you wanna do. Put them in a collage, number 1, 2, 3, 4. What haircut should I get, guys? I really need help. I can't figure it out. I don't know what to do. What do you think would look good on me? Now, does this mean that you have to go get the haircut that everyone is like, do number 1, do number 1, do number 1? No. But draw them in. Let them have a say. People like to give their opinions, guys. They really like to offer up their opinions and advice. So ask questions. Okay. When we are posting, does it add value? Okay, before we post, ask yourself, does this add value in any way? Okay, let me just go up here. If it doesn't, you probably should not post it. Is it uplifting? Is it motivating? Is it entertaining? Yes, we can be entertaining, guys. Is it inspiring? Are we sharing? Are we telling a story? Is it coming from the heart? Tips, advice. I share a lot of my family. That is totally okay to share. That to me is adding value, and I've actually had people tell me thank you for it and stuff. And honestly, guys, when I take photos of me and my family, those tend to get the most interaction as well. And that can add value. You can show other people how to have a happy marriage, how to be a good mom, how to have a happy family, by posting these photos of you and your family. So just think, does it add value? I am not gonna lie and say I'm 100% with this. I'm not. I think I do really well with it. But sometimes I'm like, you know, I just wanna post this because this is my Facebook and I'm gonna post it. And maybe it's not adding a ton of value, but I still wanna post it. But we really need to at least 90%, 95% be adding value with our posts, okay? Let's see. So another, thing of adding value was I did a video. I went live and I did a video in Target because I found out this really cool way to save. And I'm a part of a bunch of groups on Facebook. They're really just mommy groups. And it was back to school and I thought, oh, I should share this in the groups and share it on my like page. And of course I went live on my personal page and then I just did a bunch of sharing. This video got over 18,000 views. It got 166 shares and 62 comments, and a lot of people saying thank you. I was adding value to these people's lives by teaching them how to share or save money, and it was perfect timing because it was like back to school. And so not only did I say, mamas, y'all want to save money? Who doesn't love Target? This is how you save money. But then I also threw in a little bit about fitness, okay? We're losing weight, guys. When we're losing a lot of weight, we don't have money to constantly be buying smaller clothing. Go to Target, use this, it makes it cheaper. So I did that. That was adding value. My videos on my page seem to do better for some reason than my posts. We just need to find out, what works for us. I do believe that video works for everybody, and for me personally, my videos do better than just my posts. So we really do need to try going live and making videos. I did Snapchat one time, and I just did a ton of different videos. I was just introduced to it. I found it so hilarious and funny, so I compiled a ton of my videos and made a minute-long video, and that got a lot of attention as well. And I put it on my Instagram, I put it on my personal page, I put it on my like page. Just a quick tip in there. If you do an Instagram video, your video cannot be longer than 60 seconds, okay? That was just a random tip. I also like to do videos on personal development. People really like my personal development videos, and I literally get private messages saying, when was the last time you did your video? I haven't seen you, I haven't seen a video lately. Have you put any out? I'm looking for them, but I'm not seeing them. So videos do really, really, really well. But just remember, we want to add value. So what to post, right? It's like, oh my gosh, where do I even begin? Post your journey. Post, when you first became a coach to now, what you've learned, life, parenting, being a spouse, anything. Just post your journey, post your family. I'm a huge, huge, huge believer in posting your business success, no matter how small or how large. When I first became a coach, I think I made 1 week like $32 or something like that. And my son was struggling with reading. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to come up with some cute way to get him to read. And I did a little chart for him. And then I was like, okay, well, I need to be able to give him either $1 bills, or I'm going to run to the dollar store or Walmart and buy just a ton of little toys. And every time he reads, like, 3 days in a row, he gets one toy or whatever. Well, I was able to use that money from Beachbody, and I literally spent what I made, and I just went and got him a ton of little knickknacks, fun things, put like a couple of $1 bills in there, and I posted about it, guys. I said, look what I was able to do with $32 from Beachbody. So it doesn't matter how small or insignificant it may seem to us. There are people out there struggling to even put $5 of gas in their tank, that are struggling to even feed their kids. So maybe to us it might seem like a small thing, but to other people, $32 could mean a lot, okay? So no matter how big, no matter how small, personal success. That is something you guys can post about, what you have going on in your life. Just post about any personal successes that you're having. Your support group successes, post about those. Let's see. Your 4 vital behaviors, our 4 vital behaviors. I post a lot about that, guys. I don't do a lot of public inviting. I try and get a couple out each month. And you can see at the bottom, it's, sneak peek, join me, whatever. So I do public inviting as long as, private. Product of the product. Show people these products work. Show people that working out can be fun. Just show them your product of the product. It does not mean you have to have a 6-pack and that you have to be where you're at, but show them that you're working towards your goals, okay? Recognize your team. Recognize your coaches. Recognize your challengers and your support groups. No matter how small, how big, recognize people. Don't you love to be recognized? Doesn't it make you feel good when someone notices your hard work? And that's honestly what one of the things I love about Beachbody is they recognize you for everything you do. And that feels really good to be recognized for all your hard work. So do that for other people, okay? Personal development, like I said, I'm obsessed with it. And so I'm constantly talking about it. Sharing books that I'm reading, and this is something that I'm actually starting to get a lot of people like, what book are you reading, or what should I do, or what's your favorite book, because I post so much about it, and I've shown other people how life-changing it is, that now they're coming to me and asking me about it. Your top 5. If you have been a coach, honestly, longer than a month, you should have already gone out to Team Forward Fitness and done your training. It is a self-paced training, but this is something you do not want to skip. Absolutely must do training. Go out to that. The password, because if you're on here, you are part of Team Forward Fitness, is capital, it's all caps, and it's FF Coach, okay? Go do that training. So we talk about our top 5. That's what we're gonna post about. And it just talks about, what are you passionate about? What are you knowledgeable in? What are things that people come to you and ask for your advice on? What do you enjoy? And you really want to pick 5 things like that, and you want to kind of post about those things, okay? Those want to be your posts. We don't want to be all over posting about all kinds of crazy things and not, again, having structure. I actually, when I first became a coach, I went and put my top 5 in my bio for 2 reasons. One, when people come out and check me out and look at my wall, they're going to see my bio right away. They're going to see right away what I'm about. And in my bio, it says family, faith, group fitness instructor, health and fitness, and personal development. And if they're like, oh, that's boring, that's lame, they're going to leave. And that's totally fine, because I don't want to connect with people who don't like those things anyways, right? So, and then when they scroll down, they're going to see, oh, fitness, oh, quote, personal development. They're going to see that's what I'm about. So not only did I do it just to remind me when I was a new coach, but then I thought, I'm just going to leave it there because it shows people what I'm about. And then when they start scrolling, they see that that's what I'm about. So that's a little tip you guys can do, especially if you're really new. Figure out what your top 5 are and go put it in your bio, okay? Where are we at? Past struggles. Oh my gosh, guys. Can I just be totally honest with you when I say I was somebody who had it all twisted in my head, thinking that I had to shoot for perfection. I like to use the word crap a lot, so sorry. But that is a load of crap, okay? We don't find happiness in perfection. We find happiness in the journey, in making progress, and knowing that we are trying and we are achieving and we are, smashing goals. It's not in a destination. That's just not where the happiness and the growth comes from. So post about your struggles. This is huge, guys. Post how you overcame them. Post what you were thinking about it and what you've learned from it. I have done this and I have been so open, real, and raw with my audience that I have had people reach out to me thanking me for talking about these things and telling me what they have gone through, similar to what I have gone through, and how they tell nobody. But because I was willing to put myself out there and talk about my past struggles, they were willing to come to me and open up. And what did that do? It connected us, okay? It connected us on a deeper level. Post tips, went over that. This is another big one as well. Beachbody to the rescue. This was huge. People need to know what Beachbody has done for us. When I created my story on my life page, I knew it was important to show how Beachbody, rescued me or whatever, how it's helped me. And so we need to figure out in our own story what Beachbody has done for you. And all you newer coaches, it's going to take time. With time, you're going to be able to figure out what Beachbody has done for you. When I first joined as a coach, I did not join for the products, guys, at all, okay? I joined because of what Beachbody stood for, what their company stood for. I did a ton of research on them when I finally decided to look into what this Beachbody thing was, because everyone's bugging me about joining. And I was up till 5 in the morning doing research on Brigitte when I realized I wanted her to be my coach. And just on the company, I was sold just on the company and their morals and their standards and what they stood for. And now I post about how they're changing my life. And if it wasn't, if Beachbody didn't enter my life, oh my gosh, and how grateful and I am that towards Beachbody and what they stand for and everything. It has been life-changing for me, guys. And we need to know, and that's one of those things, it's going to constantly be evolving and changing. But talk about it. Talk about what it's done for you. Share your own transformation. Okay, this is huge. All you newer coaches, like brand new coaches, you should be working on your own transformation. Does this mean you have to have a before and after right now? No, it does not. Okay, our transformation can be physical, emotional, mental, financial, spiritual. Okay, talk about your transformation. But along with this, you should have your own before and after photos. When people are your friends and they're following you, they want to see your transformation. I have never, ever posted, I like to call it a stock image that Beachbody puts out there of a transformation. I either post my own, or I talk about my challengers transformations. Because what that does is it shows people, wow, she's getting people results. She can get results. Not only did she get her own results, but she's helping other people get results as well. So I actually discourage against using other people's transformations unless you have had some kind of tie into it, okay? I actually posted a transformation about being positive and all the positive words that my last group was using, and I put all their images in a collage in this very center of this picture, and then I put all of the positive words around it, and I said, this is the kind of language my groups use. And we already talked about you can use your support group transformations as well. So this really is going to give us credibility when you have your own transformation and you use people's transformation that you have helped. That will give you credibility as a coach. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move on. Be you, everyone else is taken. These are my images that I use. First of all, to the far right of your screen, those are my top 5: family, health and fitness, faith, group fitness instructor, and personal growth. You can see, guys, clearly that is what I talk about, because those are the things I am so freaking passionate about that I just cannot not post about it, okay? So that's what I post about, and honestly, I have to scale back, I feel like, a little bit with posting about Beachbody, but I am so passionate about Beachbody because what it's done for me in my life, that I just want to like barf all over people and throw up all over people Beachbody. But we can't. We've got to talk about other things, okay? So find your 5. Be you. People are following you for you. There are going to be people in this world, in your life, that only you can connect to, that only your story is going to touch, and that only you can help. I promise you, there are people waiting for our help, guys, just waiting for this opportunity, whether it's to join a group or whether it's to become a coach so that they can have a transformation in their lives as well, okay? So that's mine. Let's see. And I know, I think I already talked about this, but I know as a new coach, for me, I literally was like, who am I? Like, this is all new to me. Who am I as a coach? I don't even know who I even am as a coach. And that's something you get to kind of figure out and create along the way, okay? So it's not a big deal. You can figure that out as you go, but you guys are your brand. You are your brand. Beachbody is not your brand. You are. People are following you for you. Be original, okay? What I mean by this is do not do a ton of link sharing, okay? I have done a little bit, like if I see something super funny and I'm dying to share it, or something super motivational, I do share it. I don't do a ton of link sharing though. So you can, but don't do a ton of it, okay? We need to be original. We need to put our own content out there on social media. So those feet, those are my toes of me doing PIO. All of these are images that I have taken with my iPhone and I have created, and my own little quotes with a story, with whatever. If you even see the Team Empower Fitness Facebook training, I posted that in Team Forward Fitness page and my own team page to remind you guys, okay? So my own images, this is me. So, you know, one thing that I used to struggle with was, what in the world do I post about? Well, first, we've already talked about your top 5, right? The things you're passionate about, that you like, that you're into. But also, because I'm so big into personal development, when I'm reading my own personal development, I will have like literally things in my mind that just start connecting from dot to dot to dot to dot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes sense. And I will start having a ton of my own thoughts. And sometimes it's really late. So I will quickly grab my phone, and as all these thoughts are rushing to my head, I type them out on my phone so that I can share it the next day. So that is a good way to share personal development as well. Not everything has to be original. I have taken, you know, quotes or whatever and just thrown it up or whatever on my social media, but try your very best that most of your content are photos that you've taken, are your own words, and stuff like that, okay? And don't discredit your own style, your own voice, and your own originality. We are all different and unique in our own way. And what's good about being original and having our own content is it's going to attract like-minded people, which is what we want in this business, okay? So that's another reason why it's really important as well. I know we talked about this a little bit. Be real, raw, and honest, okay? This has been something that was a struggle for me at first. I was so worried about what other people were going to think about my past. I've got a pretty rocky past. And then doing this business, I realized it is my struggles. It is my past. It's my trials and my mistakes that in this business is actually my assets, okay? That is what connects me to other people. We have to learn to be real, raw, and honest with our story. You can see over here all of these things I have gone through when I was younger. That was my past, guys. And I got a lot of traction on this post and some shares. But I just did it to put myself out there, be real, be raw, and connect with people who, you know, had gone through the same things. Another thing I had done was I have 4 kids, okay? And I've got stretch marks on my tummy, and I've always been real self-conscious about it. And so I just made a post about it, showing my stretch marks, showing that skin that is always gonna be there. And I just was real raw and honest about it and open and talking about it. We have to do this. I truly believe our business can only go so far if we do not open ourselves up and share these things. But remember, guys, in this business, our trials, our past, our struggles, our mistakes, they are our assets, okay? It's not a bad thing. It's an amazing thing. And I actually tell people that the more screwed up your past is, and the more trials you have had, the better you can be, you know, with coaching and stuff. So it's totally okay. And I love that in Beachbody, that's how I get to look at it, as my assets, because I get to share my story. And by doing so, I have had lots of people reach out to me, thanking me for doing that and then telling me their story. And so just really, really try and do this. I know it's really uncomfortable at first, but I promise you it'll be worth it. And there's something, to be honest, when I started doing this, it's so healing in it. Just being able to talk about my past and not feeling like I had to hide these things anymore. I feel like I started to heal myself. I started on a deeper level. I mean, I already had started the process because all these things have been so many years ago, but it just went a little bit deeper. So talk about free therapy, guys. You don't even have to pay for this, okay? You can do your own therapy right here. It really does work. Okay, so I wanted to share some photo editing apps that I use. My 3 top photo editing apps are WordSwag, super cute, totally invest in it, it's not expensive. Instagram, I do all of my filters through Instagram. And then I think it's called Witagram. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. But if you've ever seen those images on Instagram, how that has that white border either on top or on bottom or on all sides, I actually really like that look. And so all of my images that go on Instagram have a border like that, whether it's a rectangle or square, they all have a white border. I want my photos to look consistent. I want them to look, kind of have the same feel. And so I add that. Perfect 365. Okay, let's just be real here, guys. After my 4th kid, I started to break out. I don't have like terrible bad acne, but I do get breakouts and my skin is super sensitive. So if I just got done plucking my eyebrows, it looked like I got punched in both eyes. So I will soften my face a little bit or lighten it. Sometimes when you take a photo, the lighting is so dark that you can't see people's faces. And so I will go and I will lighten my face up so you can see my face. And I will smooth it out. Do not do overkill on this to where it looks so fake that people are like, yeah, okay. But it is okay to make our images look better to add this to your photos. Label box, it just adds labels. I used to use it a lot when I first became a coach. I really don't use it that much. Font candy, I believe there's 2 font candies that you can have. I just threw one up. That does a couple different things as well, like quotes and little symbols, and you can write on your images. You can use that. I believe it's pronounced a ripple. That kind of does like an image with a video. I haven't dove too deep into that, but I have done like where I did an image with like a video and music on it, and it was really cool. That's something you can use. What I did not throw up here is iMovie. So when I am doing, because I try to do a lot of videos, especially me exercising with my kids or having fun or whatever, I use iMovie on my phone to edit the videos that I use, okay? And you can also put a filter on there if you want to turn it into black and white or give it a Western look, or you can actually just throw it into Instagram and put a filter on your video. Now remember, videos can only be 60 seconds long in Instagram. The pic collage, that's actually something I've been using a lot. I really like it. I use that for like shout outs. When I'm doing a shout out for a coach or a challenger, I use the pic collage because it lets you have like a really cute background of hearts or dots or whatever, put little stickers on. So those are my apps that I use. Top 3 are WordSwag, Instagram, Witagram, and Perfect 365, and just now really starting to like pic collage. So go and find apps that you like. Ask your upline coach what they use, or if you see something that someone posted, say, hey, what app are you using? I love it, okay? But remember, no ugly photos. Easy on the eyes. Break up your paragraphs. When I first became a coach, I would have all of my paragraphs just like one huge paragraph running together. And when you're talking about personal development, imagine how long that can get, right? So my sweet coach just said to me kindly one day, you know, if you broke up your paragraphs, it would be easier to read and it's easier on the eyes. Ever since she said that, I always break up my paragraphs. Use scroll stoppers. If you see where it says results are in, that's a scroll stopper. What results? What is she talking about? You know, people will stop and read. So use scroll stoppers, get creative. Don't be afraid of caps. I use caps to draw people's eyes into a word that I want them to see. Keep it clean, okay? And I wasn't sure what they were called, and I even asked a couple people, and we just came up with keyboard symbols, because I don't know what they're actually called. But all those little cute symbols on your phone or on your keyboard, use them. The little stars, the dots, whatever, use them to be creative, okay? And I would say for your paragraphs, no more than 3 to 5 sentences. I would say 5 max. So really give them a space it up so it's easy on the eyes. Here are a few examples of what I'm talking about. So I said we can do one-liners, right? This is actually a image that I use. That is a stock image, but I just put a one-liner. This says it all. That got good, you know, interaction. We can do that. Or you can see that I put all those cute little dots in the center of it, but people could still see it. And grateful, happy, struggle, and trials are all caps. The other one, Transformation Tuesday. Okay, that's a scroll stopper. I did my own transformation in this. Here's a few more. How I overcame my health issues. Guys, there are so many people with health issues today that people are going to be like, oh, I want to know how she did that. I took a photo of my food and I put nourish your body, and I talked about how I was able to overcome some of my health issues in the past through nutrition and exercise alone. Okay, here's another stock image that I did use because I really liked it. And I wanted to, you know, you can see, look, I got 3 shares on that because it's adding value. And I put those little star symbols at the bottom with words have power in caps. So when people are scrolling, there does come a point where you see where it says see more, where they can't see anymore. But on this one where it says words have power, they could see all of that in their scroll. The next one, progress, not perfection. For way too long, I lived my life thinking I need to strive for perfection. I was telling a story, but I gave a moral to it, okay? Let's see. We are towards the end, guys. When to post? Well, they say breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've gotten, you know, a couple of different things on this, a couple of different research things that I've read on it. We need to be posting at least 2 to 3 times a day, at least 2 to 3 times a day. 4 to 5 is good, but not everyone is going to see your stuff. And it's not that people don't like you, your content's not good. People just, not all of your friends are going to see your stuff. That's just how it goes. So we need to be posting. And just think, when are the times that you get on Facebook the most? Do you do it as soon as you wake up before work, on your lunch break, when the kids are in bed? That's when you should be posting, when you're on the most, when you feel like your audience is on the most, when you get more interaction. And that's something that we learn with time. you're not going to know right away. You'll start to kind of see a pattern and see, you know, what posts get more likes or interaction or what time of the day. So you have to pay attention to that. We have to post often enough to be relevant in people's lives, okay? We have to. And, you know, with the like page thing and not scheduling those posts and scheduling, you can, if you guys have created a like page on Facebook, I highly recommend you schedule those posts out. I will spend sometimes 2 hours scheduling like a ton of posts out, because when we schedule our post out on Facebook or the like page on Facebook, it doesn't say that that was a scheduled post. It doesn't say Hootsuite or Postcron. It's not going to say, nobody has no clue. You could be working, sitting at your desk while Facebook is making posts on your like page. I highly recommend do not schedule posts on your personal page, because if you use Hootsuite or Postcron, it will say that next to your name, and I just kind of feel like that comes off a little bit like, oh, what? She's too busy to make a real post or be in the moment post, that she's got to schedule them. It just, for me personally, I think that scheduled posts on your like page and in your groups is okay, but I would not do it on your personal page. And don't forget, guys, it's not a matter of how many likes we get, how many comments we get. Just keep adding value. That will come with time, okay? And don't feel like your success is based off of how many likes you get or how many shares you get, because it's not. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move on. Why we post. As coaches, we post to let others know what we're up to, right? We want to add value. We post to uplift and encourage others, to be a beacon of light. Remember, there are so many people in this world. Trust me, guys, so many people in this world that are so unhappy, that are so negative, and are just flat out stuck, okay? And here we are as coaches, and we get to be a beacon of light to them. We get to post things to make them smile or laugh or encourage or change their way of thinking and their perspective. And we build posts, or we post to build credibility and so that people can trust us. But that also comes with consistency, okay? And just to share this goodness. If you're super new and you don't feel like it's done this huge transformation for you in any way, it will come, I promise. And if you've been doing this for a while, you know how much goodness being a Beachbody coach offers, okay? That's why we post. We just want to share. We just want to connect with others. We just want to help people. It does not matter if they never join you as a coach, if they never join a challenge group, if they never buy anything from you. We just want to add value, and the more value that you can add, I do believe the more successful that we will be as coaches. So just add value. Like I said, I post a lot about my family because obviously I love them and I am passionate about my family, and we do a lot together, so it gives me lots of things to post about. And this is a post right here, or a message that I got from a girl that never liked any of my stuff, never commented on any of my stuff. But if you read it, she had been following me for 6 months, guys, and she was thanking me for all of my posts and how it had helped her so much, okay? This post just touched my heart so much. I actually saved it, because when I'm feeling a little bit down on myself, or does what I do even matter, I go back to my thank yous that I get and I read them and I say, you know what I do as a coach, it matters, okay? It matters what we do. You will, if you have not already, you will start getting these, and they feel so good. We obviously don't, need thank yous and pat on the backs, but when we know that we are making a difference and someone tells us, it's really amazing to be able to know this. And this also goes back to, just because people aren't liking and commenting your stuff, it does not mean that they're not following you. It doesn't mean that they don't see your stuff, because guys, I get it all the time. People who don't like and comment on my stuff, but they know what I got going on in my life, or they say something to me at church, or they make comments. And I'm like, how do you know this? You never comment or like on my stuff. Because we call them stalkers. You got stalkers. You will get stalkers, okay? Some people just don't like to comment and post or like, but they do get on just to read other people's stuff. Always like and respond to each person's comment on your post. Here's why. Not only does this pull your content, your post back to the top, but you're engaging with people, you're building relationships, okay? If you have to, have a couple of people that are close to you that are willing to help you out. Have your mom, your friends, your spouse, like and comment on all of your stuff, guys, all of it. That is my husband's job. I will actually go and tell him, you know what, that post isn't getting a lot of interaction. Will you just go and comment on it so that we can get it pulled back up? And remember, it's not about the likes and comments, but I want to make sure that more people are seeing my content. And by doing this, I know that more people are seeing my content. I even had a friend say, does your husband like and comment on all of your stuff? And I was like, yep, he sure does. So find those people that can do that for you, that are willing to do that for you. My husband does it once a day, and I think he normally does it towards when he's fixing to leave work or in the evening. He just knows to go on, comment, like on some stuff, pulls it back up. If you notice that someone is liking a lot of your stuff, send them a thank you. Tell them that how much you appreciate their support, because it's not always easy putting yourself out there. People like to be told thank you. We like it. I mean, think about it. What does it do when someone tells you thank you? It makes you feel good, right? Go and tell people thank you and use their first name. So when we are making a post and people are commenting, at the very minimum, there should be a like on everything. But if you can, you should be posting and responding to everything. And start off by saying, oh my gosh, thank you, Sarah. That's so sweet of you. Use their name. I would rather be called by my name than not. And I will admit, I do use lady a lot, but that's with my coaches. I'm like, hey lady, what's up, or whatever. But I also do use their names as well. So use people's names. Another tip, join some Facebook groups. I got on, and I'm in a ton of different mommy groups or faith-based groups. Go join groups that are non-Beachbody related. Remember, non-Beachbody related. I mean, you can go join a fitness group. There's nothing wrong with that. But be sure that you are looking for groups that are non-Beachbody related. Post in there. Build relationships. I try and post in there once a week about, obviously, family or mommy or whatever, because that's the groups that I'm in. And we just want to add value, guys. That's all we want to do, is add value to these people's lives. I had one lady who, through one of these groups, went and found me on my like page and then reached out to me, and she is now a discount coach on my team and is in her second month of doing a challenge group with me, okay? She told me, I see something in you that I could use in my life, because I was posting just fun things with my family and how much I love them and stuff. There was another lady who was a Beachbody coach as well, and I did not know that. And she posted something about being depressed and on the verge of a breakdown, guys, on right there of a mental breakdown and leaving her family. And I reached out to her, not even knowing she was a Beachbody coach, but I just felt that I needed to reach out to her. I could not see a post like that and just ignore it and not reach out. And so I did. And we became friends on Facebook. She started following me, and then she comes and tells me, by the way, I'm a Beachbody coach too. I've really enjoyed your posts. Thank you for all of your motivation and your support. And she has hopped back in Beachbody now. She is an active coach again, and she is talking about her struggles and going live. And that's not all because of me. Other people did help. But I do think I had a little bit of play in that. And no, I'm never going to benefit as far as being a coach and her joining my team, because she's already a coach. But I added value to her life. I helped her to get out of the funk she was in and get back in Beachbody. And that's amazing that we get to have a little part in other people's lives in that, okay? Another thing that I did was I posted me opening up about my past, that photo you guys saw about all those words from my past and an image of me. And that post that I made, I talked about it. Of course, I ended it in a positive way. And I posted it in one of my faith-based support groups. And a guy reached out to me and said, can I share that on my page? And I said, sure. And then he reached out to me and said, you know, would you consider being a writer for my website? And I hesitated because I'm like, oh, I'm already a Beachbody coach and 4 kids and group fitness instructor. I don't know if I have time for this. But I really felt that I needed to do it. And so I did it. This is a 15-year-old little boy, guys, who started this website. And these groups, he has 2 groups on Facebook. And one of them has like 18,000 and one has like 20-something thousand followers in these groups. And it is no extra time out of my pocket to do this. What I do, because I do post so much about personal development in my past and creating a story, I just share those posts with him. He goes and puts it into his website and puts an image he wants to use on it and posts it on his website and in his groups. That is just adding value, okay? I am just simply adding value to people's lives. So you just never know what you're gonna stumble across, what opportunities you will stumble across by just having a big heart, loving on people, and adding value to their lives. Be a friend, okay? Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. That was a huge quote that stood out to me. Now, I am religious. I am a woman of faith, whatever you want to call it. We are all born with what you may call your intuition. I call it the spirit or that gut feeling. Every single person has it. And I rely so much on that in my business, okay? I even pray about my post. I will even say, Heavenly Father, please bless my heart and mind what to say today to help somebody else. Pray about it, guys. It's not silly. This is your business. This is your business. It is going to change your life. If you are of any faith and you believe in prayer, pray about your post, okay? Ask for help when you need it from your upline coach. Trust the process. This will take time. Your following takes time. Getting better at your post and your photos and your advice and everything you're putting out there, it takes time, but it's worth it. It is so worth it. Show up every day even when you don't feel like it. Get over yourself. And I don't mean that to be mean. I just mean that that's what holds so many people back in life is fear of failure. What are people going to think about me? Get over it, guys. Get over it and just start loving on people. I realized that as my heart was able to open up and grow, that I just simply don't care anymore because my love for other people is so much bigger than the fear I have of what other people are going to say. So when I post, you know, and trying to add value or talking about my past and opening up, that love is so strong that it literally kicks fear out, you know, off to the side because it's all about love. It's all about just loving people. So get over yourself, okay? What you put into this is what you will get out. It is not your upline coach's fault. Don't wait around for trainings. Go and educate yourself. This is your business and you have to build it, okay? So what you put in is what you get out. Be a student. When I first became a coach, that is literally one of the first things I said that I was going to do in this business. I was going to be a student. I'm a high school dropout. I did not go to college, and this was my opportunity to be a student. So go and follow other coaches and look at their postings. Dissect it. See what they're all about. Be a student in your business. Plan your post out if you have to. Like I said, sometimes it's midnight and I'm reading and all these thoughts come rushing to me. I write it out in my phone. I get an image. Guess what? I've already got a post for tomorrow. Not only does it go on my personal page, it goes on my like page, and then it also goes in Instagram. 3 social media accounts that I get out of one post. Share your journey and your heart, okay? Some of this is just recapping. We are at the end. Some of this is recapping and some of this is just tips. Be real, raw, honest. This is your business, and that is what's going to build your business, okay? Define success as sowing, not reaping. When I first became a coach, I got all caught up on rank and success club, and people could probably feel that. I was like struggling to get people to join me. I just needed to hit, you know, SC5 or SC10, and And when it becomes all about what I get, people feel that, and it's sucky, okay? So if we can focus on what we sow as success by adding value, by what we give to other people, not by what we get, okay? Use photo editing apps like we talked about. Before you post, ask yourself, does it add value? Remember, no ugly photos. Be a friend. Be consistent. Be willing to fail forward. You are going to, I don't care who you are going to make mistakes. You are going to fail, but instead of letting it discourage you and you giving up, take it, learn from it, move on. Don't sit on it. Don't sit on the pity potty. Learn from it and move on and apply that knowledge for the future. Okay, here's a big one, guys. Don't beat yourself up over dumb posts. You know what's amazing about social media? We can delete what we don't like after we post. There have been posts that I made that afterwards I'm like, oh, that probably was not the best post. Or I just totally worded that completely wrong. Guess what? I delete it. And I will at the beginning when I first started doing this, because we post so much, guys. We're not going to be perfect, okay? We're not striving for perfection. But we're going to post something dumb every once in a while or something stupid. And just go delete it and don't beat yourself up. In the beginning, I would beat myself up so much. Be like, oh my gosh, you're so stupid. What were you thinking? That was so inappropriate. Da, 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 da. I just realized, whatever. I add more value than not. So if I screw up and people actually see that this Christian girl is human and makes mistakes, heaven forbid, right? I'm not perfect. Woohoo! All right. You guys can go Google images, whatever. You guys can get so many images off of Pinterest. Use those for ideas to help you create your own images, okay? Share you. People are following you. Don't forget, we always want to end our posts on a positive note or with a call of action. Your energy will come through your post. I promise you, when I first learned about this whole energy thing, I was like, okay, this is a little bit weird. I don't know what you're talking about. I can sit behind this computer screen and I can be depressed and unhappy and I can post a positive quote because nobody's going to know. Bull hunky, guys. People will be able to tell your energy through your posts, okay? You might get away with it every once in a while, but if you're in a rut for 2 months, you better believe people are going to know it, okay? I can tell when other people are, and I know other people can tell when I am. My wording is different. The way I respond to people is different. So we've got to take care of ourselves and make sure that we are in a good place to offer help. We cannot pour from an empty cup, right? Do things that fill your cup so that you can go and help other people. One more slide. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. This is one thing that stood out to me. I think my coach might have said it or I picked up it in training, I'm not sure. Be more interested than interesting. Now, we do need to share what we have going on in our lives, right? And we do need to look a little bit interesting on Facebook. But behind the scenes, are you showing more interest in other people's lives than you are posting about yourself? Because guess what? When we are behind the scenes doing the things that we should be doing by inviting and commenting and liking on people's posts and sending them private messages and stuff like that, you will get more people, more engagement in your stuff. Why? Because you are showing interest in them, okay? I really feel like this is one of those businesses that what we do in private, we will show in public, okay? What we do in private will show in public. If you're hitting Success Club 5 and 10, no, we don't post about that on Facebook, but you better believe you are doing your behind the scenes stuff and you are inviting. You're building relationships. If your coach, your upline coach does a shout out to you and posts about your rank and how you advanced and how amazing you are, you better believe it's because you're doing behind the scenes stuff, right? All right. And that's the kind of business I feel like this is. Everyone, whatever work you put in is what you get out. Everyone starts at the same ground zero, 0 coaches, no followers. We all start at the same place, guys, okay? It's the behind the scenes things that we are doing that people don't see then, that are shown in public by your rank advancement, by a shout out, by all the fun things you get to do. People need to know we care. We must have passion. Passion always wins. Passion trumps knowledge and information. You could have a coach in this business who knows this business up and down, backwards, like the back of her hand, but if she lacks passion, I can guarantee you her business is not going to grow. Okay, and we obviously do need some knowledge. We do need those things. But if someone has passion, that is what people are attracted to. That is, I've had people say, I don't care, just sign me up. Just sign me up. I really don't think that's because of my knowledge, guys. I think it's because people can feel my passion and how amazing this is and how much I love it. And they're like, just sign me up. Just sign me up. I just want to join you. Just sign me up, okay? So find your passion. Always remember your why you're doing this. On the days you don't want to get out of bed, remember your why. And if your why is bigger than your excuses, your butt will get out of bed and you will do the things that you need to do. When your why, for me, is my family, it's helping others, and so many things. I want to reach certain financial goals. I want to get out of debt. I want to be able to pay off my husband's school loans. I want to be able to stay home and do this full time. My whys are so big that no excuse can come near it. And I will not lie. There have been times that I struggled, and like there was about a 2-month period where I was struggling hardcore. I wanted to give up. But then I would look over at my husband and I would look over at my son and I would say, if I gave up, guys, I was giving up on them, not myself. I was giving up on my family. I was giving up on the people who were waiting for me to help them. And how flippin' selfish is that, okay? So you make sure that your why is so freaking big that there is no excuse that is going to keep your butt in bed and keep you on that pity potty that we all like to be on sometimes, okay? So figure out what your why is, post it up. I have images I can show you when I get off of this, but I have images in my office of me bald with cancer holding my child that I was pregnant with to remember my story, that my story matters. I've got this image of this girl who looks sad and it says broken across, and on her shirt it has the OK in the middle, because I do this to help women who are broken and help them find themselves again, to become whole, to be happy. Now, I want to help them to become more than okay, but I loved that image so much that that's what I do. We are life changers, guys. This is so much more than a shake and a fitness program. Although those are freaking amazing, and I do love them, and I got amazing results, it is about so much more. This is about lifestyle. I have a photo of Christ on the cross having a nail hammered into his hand, okay? So that on those days that I think what I'm doing is hard, I look over at that image and I'm like, no, it's not. Being a Beachbody coach is not hard. You know what is hard? Christ being sacrificed on that cross with nails in his palms and his wrists and his feet, with a crown of thorns on his head. That was hard, guys. Being a coach, getting up early, posting, building relationships, loving on people, and changing lives, that is not hard. I've also got 2 other images of children that are starving, that have, just no body fat on their bodies, to remind me another why. I eventually would love to adopt a kid from Africa. I would also like to go do a mission. Well, guess what? If those funds aren't there, I'm not doing those things. So make sure your why is so big that you are not going to quit this business, okay? Because who you're giving up on is not your coach. You're not giving up on your coach and your team. Your coach is going to go find other coaches. She's going to build her team with or without you, guys. You are giving up on your family. You are giving up on the people that you, only you, can help. Brigida, I believe she was the coach for me. I had three coaches over a year trying to get me to join their team. And when I came across her, I had a confirmation so strong that I knew she was supposed to be my coach. I emailed her early in the morning and I said, I don't know how this works, but you are supposed to be my coach and I want to join your team, okay? I believe it was her, and if she wouldn't have taken those action steps and she would not have become a coach, who knows, right? Do your personal development before posting to bring your energy up. Like and comments do not determine your value or your worth. People are watching you. I promise, promise, promise. People are watching you, guys. It does not matter how many likes and comments you got. People are watching you. From the moment you came out of the closet and said, hey guys, guess what? I'm a Beachbody coach and this is what we're about. People are watching you. Have fun and just be you, guys. This is fun stuff. I had such a blast. I know it probably sounds boring. I had such a blast putting this training together. I loved it. I didn't know I would love it so much, but I enjoyed it. Be okay with starting small. Don't discredit a small audience. I follow Lindsay Matway because obviously she is one of our upline coaches on Facebook and she's very successful. And I came across a post that she did, and it was when she first became a coach, and it had like 5 likes, maybe max 5. And it was just talking about her coaching. How many likes and comments do you think she gets now? Okay. And if she would have discredited that small audience in the beginning, do you think she would be where she's at? I don't. Treat your audience, no matter how big or how small, treat them like they are it. They are your world. They matter. It's them only. Hold on, guys. So treat that audience. Don't discredit your small audience, okay? I will get to your questions in a minute. Let me just get through this. Let me see. Where were we? People are watching you. Have fun. Be okay with a small audience. Treat everyone like they matter because they do. And the last one, I know you guys can't see it because my little thing is up. Be patient. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm probably one of the most impatient people. I want results. I want it now. Where's my results? Why isn't my team have 1,000 coaches on it? What's going on? Why aren't I a 15-star diamond coach? Like, what in the world, right? That was my thinking when I first became a coach. It takes time. People want to know you are serious about this. They want to know that they can follow you, okay? It will take time. Think about it, guys. All you need to be a 4-star diamond coach is 4 rock stars. So if you only had 4 likes on all of your posts, you could have 2 freaking rock stars that wanted to join you and take your business to the next level, okay? So, I mean, obviously you need some discount coaches and stuff down there, but we do not need a ton of rock stars, guys, on our team. So don't discredit a small audience, okay? And just to finish it off, all about them books, guys, all about personal development. We hear it over and over and over. You can only be so successful if you don't do your personal development. We hear story after story after story of coaches saying, I didn't believe it. My business was going nowhere. I thought I would try this crazy personal development thing out, and their business takes off, okay? I cannot tell you how much more confidence, how much more self-belief I have, how much more passion I have, how much my life has changed from personal development. Do it every single day, okay? Every single day. When for so long, we treat our minds like a toilet, and we, honestly, what do toilets do? We feed it crap, guys, right? It is going to take a while to filter that crap out of our minds. So, is your life going to change with one book? It could. My first book was A Slight Edge, and oh my gosh, I loved it. I went from a girl who did not like reading, who strongly, strongly disliked reading, to a girl who cannot put a book down, and if I'm reading my book and you come interrupt me, you better believe the claws come out, okay? mama's reading, give me my time, which is also why I read at night as well too, because I'm not interrupted when I'm in my bed at midnight reading. So these are a couple of good books from what we're talking about today. The Go-Giver talks about giving, 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 giving. As coaches with our posts, we are giving, 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 adding value. Remember, we cannot hide our energy behind our post. People can tell if you're being fake. They can tell if you're passionate. They can tell it. People are not dumb. A really good one, the energy bus. Oh my gosh, guys. Loved it. Loved, loved, loved it. And then Jab, Jab, Right Hook. I actually have that book sitting on my shelf, and I have not read it yet, but I've heard that that is an amazing book. One little tip I want to give you guys on how to pick out personal development is I either do it from because it's recommended by my upline coach, or tons of other coaches are talking about it, like Jab, Jab, Right Hook. I haven't read it. I did order it. It's on my shelf. But so many people talked about it. I'm like, I need that book. The energy bus, how I picked that out was when I was in my rut that I was telling you guys about for about 2 months. Poor me, pity potty. This isn't working, whatever. I realized my energy was low. And I'm like, I gotta bring my energy up. I need business. I need to do this. And so the energy bus, perfect book, right? So when you're picking your books out, pick them out on what you need help with. What are you struggling with? Pick them out on what's recommended, or what you're interested in when it comes to personal development. That is how we can pick our books out, and that is how our businesses will grow, and we grow, and we can add value. All right, let me see if I can change this up now. Stop sharing. Awesome. Okay. I will leave it open if you guys have any questions. I will sit on here for a few minutes and I will give some advice on how I do things or anything like that that you guys want to know, any tips you want to know. I don't mind at all. Let me see what this says. All right, so I just see a few thank yous. So that's it, guys. I really hope you learned a lot. I hope you had your paper and pen. I am recording, and so I will get this on YouTube, and I will get the link into our team pages, and you guys can share this with your coaches, your new coaches, and also it's a really good reminder for all the seasoned coaches if we've forgotten. So you guys have an amazing day, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.